After walking continuously for 5 days, on the 6th day, the farmers are at halt in Wasin, which is around 90 kilometers from Mumbai. Now they are waiting over here because the government has given several assurances to them, and if those assurances are fulfilled, these farmers will go back to their villages, and if they are not, then they will continue with their march. But over here, I have few Adivasi women farmers to whom I was speaking. And very important and very interesting conversation that I had with them to understand their demographics. Now all of them, most of them are senior citizens, but even now they are forced to work in fields. They have their own fields, but since their fields are in the forest, they are unable, that fields are not in their name, so they also work as laborers in different fields. Now let me speak to one of them, then we'll continue to speak. अजी तुमचं नाव सांगा आणि तुमचा वय सांगा.
माझं नाव भिकूबाई हरी मोरे, वेळगाव, नांदगाव तालुका, नाशिक जिल्हा. माझी वय आहे 65.
नाव सांगा परत.
भिकूबाई हरी मोरे.
भिकूबाई मोरे इज 65 years old and she comes from नाशिक. आता मला सांगा, तुम्ही कशाला इथे 5 दिवसापासून चालून आलाय, काय मागण्या आहेत? आता तुमच्या गावात तर तुमचं शेत आहे, ते तुमच्या नावावर नाही, तर काय काय अडचणी होते त्याच्यामुळे ते सांगा.
शेतीची अडचणी, आमचं शेती नावावर नाही, आमची शेती नावावर होणे पाहिजे, ही अशी आमची मागणी आहे. जर आमची शेती जर नावावर मंजूर नाही केली तर आम्ही इथून हलणार नाही, आम्ही थेट मुंबईला पोहोचतो.
So she is saying that they have their fields, as I said, but it is not in their name. It is the name of the forest officials as well as the forest department. And if this doesn't happen in their name, they will continue with their protest as it is going on. पण का तुमच्या नावावर झालं पाहिजे? आता नाही आहे ना तुमच्या नावावर, अडचण काय होते ते सांगा मला.
अडचण शिपाई कारकून येत्या, रेंजन कारकून आल्या का ते म्हणत्या अतिक्रम काढू नका तुम्ही. आमचे म्हणजे 2001 पासून अतिक्रम काढले, मग बाकीचे 1 हेक्टर मोजेले, बाकीचं काम मोजलं नाही तुम्ही. मला संपूर्ण मोजणी पाहिजे.
किती आहे आता तुमचं जमीन किती आहे?
माझ्यापाशी जमीन गण 3-3.5 हेक्टर जमीन आहे.
3.5 हेक्टर.
हा.
So she says that she owns 3.5 hectares of land, but as of now they are saying that you just own 1 hectare. Why is that happening? And we can't afford without it, and that's why we want that, and that's one of the reasons why they're protesting. Now, if you look at their condition, one thing that is happening is these farmers, they don't get, since there is no land in their name, they don't get any loan from the government, number one. If there is a crop damage, they don't get any subsidy as well. I'll also try to understand their demographics. आता तुम्ही तुमच्या गावात काम करतात, त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही मजुरीला पण जातात, का जातात तिथे, आणि तिथे कशा तुम्ही आगे पुढचा कसा करतात, काय करतात?
मग मजुरीला जाताना मग 200 रुपये रोज आहे, आणि 220 रुपये धान्य, आखी 20 रुपये दळायचे द्या, म्हणजे 240 रुपये दळायला द्यावं लागतं धान्याला. तर मग 200 रुपये रोजात मग पोरं पोसावा का, मग काही बाजार हाट करावा का, लाईट बिल, तर मग काय करावं त्याच्यामध्ये.
So she said that if I work as a laborer, I get 200 rupees, and for grains I have to spend around 240 rupees. In that case, should I feed my children? I should take care of my house. How should I actually survive? This is what they are saying. का थांबा, मी बोलतो त्यांच्याशी. आता मला सांगा, मग तुमच्यावर कर्ज आहे का? किती कर्ज घेतलाय, कशासाठी घेतलाय, आणि ते कसं फेटाळताय, काय करताय?
पोरांच्या लग्नाकरताच कर्ज घेतात, ते 1.5 लाख रुपये.
1.5 लाख. आणि त्याच्यात व्याज कसं आहे?
100 रुपये चकडा आहे.
10 रुपये, 100ला 10. आणि 1.5 लाख घेतलाय, तर कसं फेटाळलाय तुम्ही?
कस काय फेडा? जे कामाला गेलो का, जे धान्य घेत्या त्या खायला, ते आखी बोकांडी फेडती नाही, ते आखी बोकांडी करतो, तसाच राहतो तो. फेटायला काय मार्ग आहे त्याच्यात?
Now this is an important thing. What she said that for her son's marriage, she took a loan of 1.5 lakh, and what is the rate? For every 100 rupees there is an interest of 10 rupees. Now imagine, for every 100 rupees, if you have to pay 10 rupees, which means for every 1,000 rupees you have to pay 100 rupees, and she has taken a loan of 1.5 lakh, and she says to repay that loan I have to take the loan again, and this is how the circle continues. And that's why all the women laborers you see over here, they work as laborers for 6 months, they work in the sugarcane fields, and that is how they do their life. तुम्हाला ते सरकारचं अनुदान आहे किंवा ते धान्य देतात, हे सगळं नाही मिळत?
नाही.
रेशन आणि ते
सगळं बंद करून तिकून येतं वरून, पण गावात गायब करून टाकते. आम्हाला गरीबाला देते नाही, रेशनवाला नाही घ्यायला जाते, म्हणते झालं राहिलं
आणि
नाही
ते
आता
अंगठाचा काय सांगता तुम्ही?
ते म्हणते अंगठा द्या, अंगठा नेऊ म्हटलं तर मग तुम्हाला धान्य नेईन काही नाही.
हा, तर दिस इज इम्पॉर्टंट. सो when I asked them if you get the ration, they said no. One of the reasons is to angta dakwa. If you look at their fingers or their thumbs, you won't see a lot of thumbprints over here. This is because they work as sugarcane laborers, and that is also तुम्ही पण दाखवा, सगळं दाखवा. You won't find a lot of thumbprints over there, because of which the ration officers say that we are unable to identify your thumbprints, so you won't be getting any ration, and that's also the reason that they have to suffer a lot. So imagine not getting any rations, not getting any loan on the land that they own, not getting any subsidy. Yesterday we saw heavy rainfall over here. If that happens, there is no subsidy or any thing that is provided by the government to them, and that is also one of the reasons why these farmers say that we are okay with walking from Nasik to Mumbai, we are okay with walking in this scorching heat, but we will continue to walk. Imagine 10 rupee interest for every 100 rupee loan that they take, and that is how they continue to work. तुमच्या गावात काय शिक्षण आणि हे सगळ्याचं काही नाही का? कसा करता तुम्ही? हा,
सोडायला जावं लागत आम्हाला, मग सांभाळायला कोणी नाही,
हा,
पोरं सांभाळायला.
हा,
बाबा दारुडे आहे त्याच्यानं मग शिक्षण नाही, पोरींचे लग्न केले ऊस तोडून सोडून.
हा.
मग आता पोरगण आम्ही तिघच आहे.
सगळे मजदुरीच करतात.
हा मजुरी, पोरी बी मजुरीच करून राहिल्या.
So the entire family works as labor. They say that there is education, but since it costs a lot, we can't do it. And that is the story that you will find everywhere. Everyone has a loan on themselves. तुमच्यावर 1.5 लाखचा कर्ज आहे. तुमच्यावर कितीचा कर्ज आहे?
आम्ही 100 म्हणजे 1 लाख गेलो होते.
1 लाखचा कर्ज आताही आहे.
आमच्यावर 1.5 लाख गेले होते, 50 फिटले आणि 1 लाख कर्ज आहे.
So she has a loan of 1.5 lakh. She has till now repaid 50,000, and she still has a loan of 1 lakh. She has a loan of 1 lakh. She has a loan of 1.5 lakh. तुमच्यावर किती कर्ज आहे आजी?
माझ्यावर 50.
50. She has a loan of 50,000, and this is how the farmers really are suffering. So you can understand the demographics from where they come. They don't have education, they don't get ration, they don't get anything. आता तुमच्या घरी काकी तुम्ही सांगत होता तुमच्या घरी लाईट आहे का? लाईट, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नाही. तर कसा राहता? कधीपासून नाही लाईट?
आमचे जसं राव राहिले तसे लाईट नाही दिलेलं आम्हाला. खंबा आहे पण त्याला लाईट नाही बसू राहिले. ते म्हणत्या वरून पंचायत मधून भेटल का तवा देऊ आम्ही.
आणि घरी पण लाईट नाही.
नाही
आणि काय रॉकेलचं काय सांगतात?
राखेलच नाही तर काही
अगोदर रॉकेल नाही आहे.
पहिला भेटत होतं, आता भेटत नाही, बंद करून टाकेले.
They don't have electricity in their house. So they are saying that earlier there was electricity in the house. Earlier we had rockel, due to which we used to lit our houses. But since the government has stopped rockel, we don't have anything. There are pillars over there for electricity. There are poles, but there is no electricity. Imagine this is the 21st century when this is happening. When we are talking about a 5 trillion economy of the country, when we are talking about a 1 trillion economy of Maharashtra, when we are talking about superpower. This is what is happening, and all of them have a similar demand. All of them work as laborers, and this entire cycle continues the way it still is continuing, and that is what the farmers are talking about. That what exactly should we do? This is how they do. तुम्ही सगळ्यांचा आता जे जमीन तुमच्या नावावर नाही आहे ते झालं तर तुम्हाला फायदा होणार का?
हा, आम्हाला फायदा होणार. मग आमच्या मुलं फायदाच करायचा आहे आम्हाला. आमच्या मुलांचे शाळा शिक्षण होतील आणि आमचं सगळंच होऊन जाईल. पण आता आम्हाला जेव्हा होईल तेव्हा शिकणं. आमचं ते प्रश्न सोडवा ना तुम्ही. आमचे प्रश्न सोडवल्याशिवाय आम्हाला काय करता येईल?
So they are saying if their demands are being met, only then they could ensure that they get some benefit. But until and unless their demands are not met, they can't do anything. And this is how the entire women Adivasi farmers are suffering. And this is not the story about only these farmers. You will find this everywhere. Their age is about 65. Her age is 65. काकी तुमचा वय किती आहे? 65. तरी तुम्ही आताही जाता मजुरीला?
मग काय खावा.
So I asked her, you are 65-year-old, but still you go and do labor work. She says, yes, there is no option that I have. तुमचा वय किती आहे?
माझं 47.
तरी तुम्ही पण जातात मजुरी करायला? काय
शेती
करावंच लागते ना.
मजुरी केल्याशिवाय पोट कसे भरायचे?
काय भरायचं?
So they say we have to continue. She is 47 years old, and she says that if we don't do the labor work, how will we survive? And that is the condition, because I'll tell you what exactly happened. So if you are a sugarcane laborer, 6 months you don't stay at your house, you stay in places where there is sugarcane production that is going on. So you stay in their fields and then you come back in 6 months later. For the next 6 months you need to survive, for which you will take the loan, then you will repay the loan by working over there, then you will take the loan again, then repay by working over there, and that is exactly how the cycle continues. And that's the reason why the farmers over here are suffering and demanding that their demand should be met, because if that happens they could then survive. They don't have to pay a huge interest which they are paying right now. And this is the reason why you will find thousands of farmers marching from Nasik to Mumbai with all of their demands, but none of them have been met yet, and that is why they are staying over here. कधीपर्यंत इथे थांबणार आहात आपण सगळं?
जोपर्यंत आमचे प्रश्न सुटतील नाही तोपर्यंत आम्ही इथून रिटर्न जाणार नाही.
आधी तुम्ही पण नाही जाणार?
नाही जाणार.
नाही जाणार. They say until unless our demands are not met, we won't be going from here, and that is the reality of the farmers. That is the reality of the Nasik farmers, and it is not only the Nasik farmers, it is the reality of farmers across Maharashtra, especially Adivasi farmers who are facing a lot of issues. Their thumbprints don't work, they don't get ration, they don't get rocket which they earlier used to get, they don't get loan. There is no formal education after 12th because it costs a lot. They can't afford that, they don't have any money, and they are burdened by the loans for which they have to work, continuously work, and that is how they become laborers. They remain poor and they want to break this cycle, but they need the support of the government, and that's why the farmers are marching. Today is the 6th day. They are waiting and they are hoping that the government actually listens to their demand. In Shahpur, with camera person Rajendra Dayalkar, Sohit Mishra, NDTV.